What's going on, everyone? Supreme Com here. We are looking at next week's or just in 20 hours what we're gonna have for upcoming events over here. Let's see what we have over here. We have the welfare units over here, the Perfect Gundam. All right, that's gonna be neat. I don't know if this build, this Perfect Gundam is gonna be from the Build Fighter series. I'm not too sure because it did appear on the Build Fighter series for like a short duration of time during the last episode, episode 25. So I'm pretty sure the Perfect Gundam did appear in other places, not really in the form of like the actual anime. I'm pretty sure it appears somewhere else. So let me know if you guys where that appears in. And then we are three weeks straight in a row. We have another limited time capsule over here. So let's go down here first. All right, so these two are, I wouldn't say they're the most hype, but another Astray over here. Like, how many Astray do we have there are kind of like high tier already? We have two build projects already. We have the Sengoku Astray that have yet to have alteration, and then we just have the Astray no name. That's two build project right there. This one is a Astray turn red. We had the Astray red dragon back in, I would say, early November, if I recall. I think the Astray Red Dragon is still one of the more age that one aged really well in conjunction to that T type build project Shining Gundam because they pair up along very well. So another Astray right here. So hopefully, I think with these kind of Astray over here, they're gonna make it really powerful, but hopefully not. But I do see them making more Astray because there's so many variety of Astray out there. Like I have no idea how they keep making these kind of Astray, like in terms of like the actual, because these are from the manga, and then from what I read from like the fandom.com, like all of them were saying, oh, we used from this and this model. Like why are they all still here? Like what are they doing? Anyways, and then we have another units from Yakusaku Maoh over here, the Crossbone Gundam Maoh over here, that only appeared in a short duration of time when it came out to save the day. They were doing like a mission into the About Cool in the Gundam Build Fighter series, the original one. So he was out there blasting people off from his chest. That crossbone cannon from his chest. Oh man, I better see an actual beam attack from this guy, like because we did have the X model like a few many weeks ago, and then that was a pretty devastating shaft, I would say, because all they care about for that one is I would say melee based strictly, but like the tags was obviously not for it. So that was kind of like a bummer over there. And then we have two new pods over here. Hallelujah Baptism, the second season of it, and then we got Lance Crow, the well over here. I believe this one is from C series over here. So let's actually take a look at what we have in terms of armament, and then I'll go over some hard facts in regards to the turn red first, and then we'll hop over to the X Maoh. I'll actually show off the red dragon in this game. I just want to kind of get a feel of like what kind of word tag we are expecting, because I don't know if the pilot for the Astray red turn red is like the protagonist, because the pilot for the turn red is Valerie. I'll probably have an image of it if you guys do know who he is or whatnot. As for the Crossbone Maoh, obviously Yasaka Maoh, pretty well known over there. So in terms of the armament over here, the Crossbone Gundam Maoh, we have the standard parts, so the 5 parts for the Gundam, and then we have the Crossbone gun and sword, the close quarter, so that's your melee weapon over there. And then we also gonna get a beam Zamber over here, so another melee weapon. And then we're gonna get the Sand Buster, okay, another ranged weapon. So that's one ranged weapon. And then you also have the Crossbone gun and sword range type. Oh my gosh! So this one, when you want to pull the full set for this guy over here, is gonna be a little bit crazy, right? Because you're looking at nine parts in total, and then the percentage of each of these parts is gonna be horrendous, right? So I'm not really gonna be looking forward to these folks over here. And then as for the Astray turn red, how is the condition for this one? Okay, so the gunpowder parts, which is 5 parts already. You have one tactical arm, okay, armor Schneider. So the second melee weapon, beam saber. The third melee weapon, beam rifle. Okay, anti-beam shield. You are looking at 10 parts to go over. Like, are you kidding me? What are the chances of pulling the parts, right? It's gonna be abysmal, right? So that's gonna be a little bit crazy. So hopefully, when I do something in 20 hours from now, I can get some good parts out of it. But I don't think anything's gonna be crazy out of these two guys over here. Like in terms of melee build, obviously tournament is gonna be a more heavily focused melee units. Like over the weeks we have gotten pretty good melee unit. Like the last melee Sokai or Gundam Battle Festival we got was the Bill Strike Galaxy Cosmo. I think that one is pretty good for what it's worth. So there's a lot of competition, obviously. And then is it something you have to summon? Probably not, right? This really depends on you, whether or not you like the turn red over here. I have never seen that turn red before. Because the turn red, like this unit over here appears in like the manga. Let me see. So this guy came out of the Maoh Gundam Seed Destiny Astray Red. It's a manga, so I obviously have never read it. So so if you guys are a fan of that, probably right. Because there is the actual gunpla kit with this guy. Came up back in 2018 as a P Bandai unit. So a lot of people do like those P Bandai, like at least for this Astray, right? So in terms of crossover Maoh, it's gonna be heavily like hopefully they make this guy a powerhouse for like the shop build, but we don't really need one because we just have this beat right here. We got the Kasai Gundam. I think Kasai Gundam was definitively one of the better one of the better units beside a build project, which is insane, right? So I don't think the Crossbone Maoh over here gonna top any of that. At least it's not gonna have command attack, right? So without command attack, like the value kind of decrease, I would say drastically, because you can kind of pair that up with so many other parts. I think having that command attack for the Kasai Gundam kind of was the determining factor of him being really good. So before I hop over to SDGO to do like a special attack showcase for the Crossbone Maoh, we don't have the turn red in SDGO, so we won't be doing that. So we're gonna first start off with some word tag. I would like to kind of just briefly experiment. Let me see if I can pull up the Astray over here just by building it. Let me filter this by what series is he in. There are so many different like variation of like Gundam Seed. I don't know why they keep remaking all those trio. Like you have the original Danger, Danger the trio, or trio the Danger from what is it, Gundam Seed. They keep remaking Raider, Forbidden, and then Calamity. I don't know why they keep doing that. And then you have like Brody Buster, you have Blue Duel. Like they keep remaking those type of unit within different of these C Destiny, CX Astray. What are all those? Like I have never seen any of those. Where is the Astray Red Dragon from? Give me a minute. I'm trying to get it right now. I think it's this one, right? I think maybe. Where is my boy at? Oh, I think it's this one over here. So no. Okay, make a custom out of him. So here's the full set of the Astray Red Dragon over here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a similar EX skill because we take a look at the hard facts of the red turn red over here. It does have a pair of tactical arm on the back, just like this red dragon over here. This one being 3. So it's probably gonna have a pretty insane EX skill, I would say. So we got 2 tactical arm, and then a special like because this one does have awakening. I would say for the turn red, 2 special feature this guy have is a trio system, a system that allows for better coordination between the turn red and then some other function that it has. And then there's another awakening skill that can give it to this guy. It's going to be 80, a combat AI based on 8 and AI that Valerie worked on. So this is like some kind of like horror-ish kind of stuff we're looking at over here. But it just really depends on which one they're gonna pick. But those are 2 special features that this guy has. So the main selling point for the turn red is obviously gonna be the both tactical arm on the back, like 2 side binder-ish kind of thing. similar to this one, like on the side like this, but without the extra sword on the back like that. So should be pretty interesting in terms of the design. In terms of color wise, right? All the white that will be like basically the color is gonna be inverse of this one over here because it's turned red, like quote unquote. Like I don't know, like we're designing, right? So in terms of attack for this guy over here, well, we're looking at red dragon. Yeah, close quarter, close combat. Obviously, it's gonna be one of them that's gonna have. If Valera Valerie is a protagonist, he'll get the pro tag. If not, he'll probably get something else. So this one have high mobility. I don't know. Maybe that is something you can probably put because there isn't a lot of like melee tag you can kind of throw right. Obviously, you're not gonna be mobile fighter. They can always throw in like high firepower as a bridge. In terms of pro tag, I don't know. I'm not gonna, I don't know if he's a protagonist in the series or not. So that's why, right? So that's that for him, right? Let me take a look at. Let me build out the X Maoh we have in this game, and then. So I would say they might throw in the high firepower. There's like a just out of the picture kind of word tag. They may not, right? Because I'm just trying to think of what kind of word tag can throw in, right? So that might not be the case, but it's just purely based on speculation. So maybe do this over here. Let me see, where is it? The original build fighters is this one over here, and then the X Maoh over here. I never actually put a whole set up the X Maoh, so there's not gonna be a lot of parts we can actually look at over here. I'm missing the head and the arm, unfortunately, so we won't be able to take a look at that. But I did have the beam saber if I can find it here. Let's do this over here. Where's the beam saber at? Can I equip this? Yep, yes I can. All right. So in terms of this guy was kind of a weird one, I would say. This one being the tag. What are the tags in this guy over here? So this guy tag is a high firepower Gundam type at long range. But you see what they did for the beam saber over here? This is purely for like a shot based build, right? But obviously high firepower, you can kind of bridge that into like a melee build, no problem. But look what they decided to do for this beam saber over here. While high firepower, melee power boosted by 20%, and then when attacking beam, melee power boosted by 26%. This is obviously at level 4, but if we take a look max over here, 30 and 35. I mean, this would have fit because the only EX skill like this one over here, they give the milestone instead of like a satellite cannon kind of ish. So hopefully for the Crossbone Maoh, like they better give it like a good satellite cannon animation. If not, oh man, I don't know what they can do, right? So this one was a heavily focused on like a melee centric, even though the tag kind of support like a shot build a little bit more. Long range is pretty good after the 2.4 update, but is it one of the one you really want to focus on? Probably not, right? Commander is by far should be a bit the better one. Once you hit a certain amount of like combat power, right? Not combat power, but in terms of the shot attack. Because there are people doing some calculation. I think based on what level of your shooting power is, like certain gear is better. That comes out in better in return for value. But overall, I would say this commander gear is by far the better one to pick from. So a little sidetrack from there, but I would say like the Crossbone Maoh would be a like when it's come out, I think I would be disappointed just because how they will build it. But hopefully that doesn't happen because like I kind of do like the Crossbone Maoh because like when he was actually in the anime, man, that was sick. How he just kind of destroyed all those like grunt unit. Gotta love that. So right now we will hop into SCGO, just do a brief showcase or special attack with the Crossbone Maoh, and then we'll just wrap things up from there. Alright, so we are in SGG over here. Just take a look at Crossbone Maoh over here. So this one, only I would say three main weapon you kind of like attacks you can kind of focus on. It's these kind of things over here, the rifles or whatever, however you call it in the game. So these switch in between rifle mode and then sword mode, which you would do like over here. So if I'm sword mode to rifle mode over here, and then the other devastating weapon is gonna be this little thing over here, the chest cannon. You can say the satellite cannon. upgraded version, right? So a little back history of this unit over here. This is the upgrade or the successor to the X Maoh that Yasuko Maoh built. Because after his fight with Lorisei and Reiji, he kind of like he lost right there, right? He kind of messed up right there, and then I think within the break, he's taking a break, and then he was fighting this one other legend, from like legendary player back in like the Build Fighter series. I believe his name was Julian McKenzie. He's the one that fought Meijin Kawaji 3 at that time, right? He wasn't the Meijin Kawaji at that time, or I think he was already, right? He fought him using this unit over here. I'm pretty sure you guys have known this as well. The amazing F91. This little fellow over here. This one, yep. You guys have probably seen this already. Yeah, this one was a pretty good unit as well. We should be getting this one as well anytime soon in GBGW as well. If they would like to make this kind of stuff over there, because we don't actually have the what is it? The other Xia we have. The other Xia would be this one. Where is it at? We have this, the amazing Xia. Yep, this one as well. So these two are yet to be released. These two would be a pretty good unit to have in the game, but I would say these two are not. I wouldn't think they're worthy enough to be as a Sokai or a Gundam Battle Festival tier. But who knows, right? So these are those two over there. But let's go back to the Crossbone over here if I can find it again. It's gonna be somewhere over here. Let me filter this by S, and then here will be this very unit over here. So in terms of special attack, this one's gonna be a long beam over here, so not really anything to really talk about. This one's gonna be a melee super attack, so we can probably see some good things out of that. So let me hop into the training mode, and then we will be right back. Alright, so we are in a training mode in SDG over here. So in terms of how this guy looks, this looks pretty good. I do kind of like the design of the skull and the setting of the chest over there, has been the new kind of satellite cannon over there. So the satellite cannon is gonna be just that over here. In the actual series, he was able to rapidly fire that with some additional cooldown, just because you don't want to overheat. You don't want to overheat yourself, right? So hopefully we can get a good EXQ animation, or a good looking one. Because the recent alternation for the double X was not good. The twin satellite cannon was kind of like a disappointment, because in terms of the power wise, it was less. It was less than the original series Arius Gundam satellite cannon, so that was a really big disappointment in everyone's opinion. So hopefully they can kind of redeem themselves for this guy over here, that's giving us a pretty good alternative for a good satellite cannon. Hopefully that is the thing. If not, it is what it is, right? So in terms of some melee attack over here, here we go. So this guy with two melee weapon is gonna be just, I think it's gonna be just this one, and then the one with kind of like a saber and attached onto it, I think, because we do have the beam saber option as well that we cannot wield in this game. Obviously, we only have these two set over here. So in turn, okay, I didn't mean to hit a special attack, but let's see what we have over here. Ooh. Alright, that's a pretty good combo over there. Some melee and shooting action over there. Obviously, if it's going to be any cussy EXQ, there is going to be a little bit of a combination of both. So hopefully it's not going to be like the Kasai, where mainly it was heavily melee oriented attacks instead of being a lot of like shooting attacks. Because for the Kasai EXQ, it was on the borderline of, say, beam shot category. So hopefully it's not going to be any shaft for this guy over here. Alright, let's do one more special attack, and then we'll just kind of wrap things up over here. But do let me know, how do you guys feel about these two units? Is this something you guys like, or would you guys even go for it? I'm pretty sure a lot of people are kind of drained from the Kasai Gundam because of how good it was. But it wasn't obviously something you have to have, right? There's always alternatives to it. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, just a brief notice on what we have for next week's, less than 20 hours, right? So less than 20 hours, these two units will be live. And do let me know if you guys are planning to summon on these two or not. So with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one.